Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, there's a group of friends who found a mod for one of their favourite games. This mod was called DayZ, and this mod became an obsession for quite a number of years. It was back in 2012. It was pretty rough. I mean, the game engine, Arma 2 at the time, didn't really support a zombie apocalypse kind of game. Meant that zombies had X-ray vision. They often got stuck on terrain, stuck on buildings. They could pretty much see and hear through most things, and you'd quite often end up running across a map with what got commonly referred to as a zombie train. But it was good because you could send a friend and distract the zombies while he went looting in one of the towns, in one of the supermarkets, picking up food, etc. We went through various branches of the mod. We ran a couple of servers, and over time we played a hell of a lot of DayZ. And Dean Hall announced that he was going to go standalone, and we thought, brilliant, he's got the support now with Bohemia. It's going to be great. It's going to get around all the issues, all the problems he kept blaming the engine for. The UI would get an overhaul. Zombies would behave properly. Because I mean, the gameplay was pretty much spot on. It was great. That was back in 2012. He grandly announced that standalone would come out in 2012, which we thought was a bit of a tall order, and sure enough he missed the deadline by quite some margin, because he nearly missed it by a whole year. 2013, December, the first publicly available beta for the standalone came out. Of course, most of us had already pre-ordered and were hopeful of what we saw, but what we actually got was pretty bare bones, not very good. It was, unfortunately, Dean decided to go back, throw everything out that was good about DayZ, all the weapons, the vehicles, the items that you could pick up, and he became obsessed over rewriting the UI, and also obsessing over character customization, which, you know, I mean, why the hell do we need to obsess over how many different pairs of socks and hats and shoes you could bloody wear? It was ridiculous. I mean, Epoch was one of the branches that was very popular, and it was DayZ standalone just didn't stack up against that. It was poor. It was really poor. Epoch had base building, an economy system with trading camps, and you know, lots of various different features, lots of things borrowed from the various branches of the DayZ mod back then. So that was December 2013. What have we got now? Well, not a great deal, to be honest. I mean, it's 4.5 years on, and Dean's long gone. He's gone off and left a mess for the team to try and fix. And we pretty much gave up hope. So pretty much dropped DayZ and moved on to other games. But recently the team announced that they were working on a new beta, which would be the basis of version 0.63. There'd be a new game engine, promising new animations, better performance, better FPS, and the ability to get around a lot of the issues that people were having. So here we are. This is the single player version. You can play offline with a beta. I don't think there's any zombies in there. I'm not really. It's one of my first attempts playing the game, but already I can see there's much better FPS, much better performance. You might have noticed as well in the buildings, where there's rooms that you can't get into. They've got a nice little graphic over them now, where they're barred off, so you know you can't get in them. There's also pop-up prompts for you to press the right keys, F to open the doors. It's looking pretty good, I gotta be honest. We're in, if I remember rightly, it's been years since I played this. We're in Electro right now. It's one of the mainstays of our looting. We used to come here for food and maybe the odd bit of ammunition, guns, etc. But this is really what drove us to play this game. It was you had the zombies, sure they were great and they added a dimension to the game, but it was we played it very much PvP, and I can hear a zombie there. I think that's just an ambient sound though. Oh no, there is a zombie. Well, that's the first one I've seen in the game. Okay. Oh, there's 3 zombies. Yeah, we used to love the PvP aspect of this game. It was we used to do raids, make camps. You know, you used to get excited. You find a vehicle, and you knew you could store gear in it. And they ran into another zombie there who just happens to be stood on a fence. I'm not going to get too close. I don't know how quickly they move. I want to try and stay alive. We used to get vehicles and create little camps. You know, you had a certain amount of storage positions on a vehicle, so you could stash ammunition and food, etc., and weapons. And then whenever your group got killed, you could spawn in and go back to your base camp and find a weapon and carry on. It was great. We used to love raiding other camps, and of course you used to get raided yourself. It was quite annoying when you'd spawn in and go to the secret location on the coordinates you've been given, only to find that all the vehicles were burnt out and all your stuff was gone. But hopefully this might just bring back those days of enjoyment that we had in DayZ, because looking at this so far, it's pretty good. I don't know quite why I'm running around with a pair of pants in my hand, but I'll carry on going, I think. I've not really worked out the UI, like I said, it's a while since I played this game. But performance is really good, I've got to be fair. It's a lot better than the original Armour engine version. UI's nice and clean. And overall, it does look good. It's still got all the stuff that really you gotta love about DayZ. Wide open terrain. You know, we just ran through a town, and it all looks pretty sort of believable as towns go. Buildings in various states of disarray, rubbish strewn across the streets, bust up cars, etc. But then you run out into the countryside and you've got this. You've got the dense foliage, the trees. You've got huge forests. Like I said, we used to stash vehicles in these forests, where hopefully nobody come across them, and it'd be quite easy to ambush people from positions up on the hill here. It's just running so smoothly. I mean, my system is quite slow, well overdue an upgrade, but it's running. It's running very well, so a lot of hope for the future. So I'll just carry on playing now and let you watch the rest of it.
Mic off.